Hey everyone, this is Daryl, aka The D from the Simply Incredible podcast, and today we're going over the Royal Rumble 2016. Really good show actually. I was actually a little surprised. It's a really good show. The Royal Rumble itself, I always enjoy that. Sometimes you have surprises, sometimes you don't. This one, as far as the entries, it was really nothing that really hit me like, wow, I'm glad to see that person. Didn't expect that. You know what? There was one person. Forgot about that guy. We'll start out with, we'll go through the results of stuff. The pre-show, we had a fatal four-way tag team match, and the winner of the tag team, the team got to be in the Royal Rumble. Not as a unit, but individually got to be in the Royal Rumble. We had the Dudleys versus Mark Henry and Jack Swagger versus Damian Sandow, which I was glad to see him as Sandow. I don't watch SmackDown, so I haven't really seen him much in a while, and I'm glad he's not Mizdow or anything else. But I'm glad he's back as Sandow, because I really liked him as Sandow. And Sandow tagged with Darren Young versus the Ascension. The Ascension, by the way, has really disappointed me, because they were pretty good in NXT, and they just seem to have disappeared. And they just, when they made it to the main roster, just haven't done anything. But anyway, the winner of that was Mark Henry and Jack Swagger, which, I'll be honest, surprised me. I kind of thought the Dudleys might be in it, but anyway, so those two guys got to move on to be in the main event, the Royal Rumble itself. Now we start on the actual pay-per-view. We started with the Intercontinental title match, Dean Ambrose versus Kevin Owens. And I'll tell you what, these two guys, every time I've seen them in the same ring at the same time, it has been awesome. No exception tonight. They put on a heck of a show. It was a last man standing, so you had to have them down for a 10-second count. And I'll tell you, the ref, I know he counted to 10 well, let me phrase it, about 8, 9, at least 10 times. At least. But, I mean, they took some good bumps, some big bumps, through some tables, some big chair shots, too. Now, some of those chair shots had to hurt really bad. Some of those times going through the table, again, has to hurt. Yeah, I know people say, it's just fake, but I'm telling you, that, some of those. But Ambrose ended up winning when he pushed Owens over off the top rope down to the floor, but he went through 2 tables on the way down. It's good stuff, and that's when Ambrose won. Good match, real good match. And Ambrose, and actually both of them ended up being in the Royal Rumble. Then we had the tag team title match. We had the New Day versus the Usos. And I don't know, I've said it before and I'll say it again. I really, really do like the New Day. I really do. I know they annoy the crap out of some people, but for some reason every time I see them, I'm sitting there cracking up laughing watching them. And and if you watch them, they look like they're having a blast out there, and that to me just comes out to the crowd to me. And Xavier Woods, if you saw, was it Raw Monday, or was it the previous week? I think it was this past month. No, I think it was the previous week. But anyway, Chris Jericho, he destroyed Xavier Woods' trumpet, and the trumpet's name was Francesca, which I thought, I don't know why it's funny, but it's amusing to me. But Xavier Woods come out with Francesca too, so he still had his horn with him. New Day ended up winning and retaining the titles. Good match. Those guys, the Usos, they put on a good match just about every time they're out there. Good stuff. Real good match there. Next, the U.S. title. Alberto Del Rio. I can't do it as well as they can. But against Kalisto. And I'm still kind of baffled how Kalisto is really getting a big push here. He's really, to me, he works really great in a tag team. For me, I'm not feeling a real great singles competitor. But you know what? He is now a 2-time U.S. champion. So he won tonight so it's really surprised me. I'm not gonna lie. I don't see Kalisto as being someone who's deserving of a belt yet. But that, let me rephrase that. A singles belt. Tag team, I can totally see. The singles belt, it's really surprising to me. I feel like they're trying to make him to be the next Rey Mysterio. Uh, Maybe some people see that. Me, I don't. But I think Del Rio. I think he's a really good guy. Well, good wrestler. And like I'm stumbling here. I think he's really good. And I think if he had a won, I wouldn't have thought twice about it because I think he's really good and the belt fits him. I don't think it really fits Kalisto, but Kalisto now a 2-time U.S. title holder. Next, we had the Divas. We had Charlotte versus Becky Lynch. Good match. The Divas, they're I tell you what, they've got a big roster forming out there, and there's a few of the ladies down in NXT when they come up, like Bayley, for example. I like to see Emma get back to the main roster, but I don't know if she's gonna get there anytime soon. There's a good group of women down there, but and honestly, Charlotte, I think she's a decent wrestler. But I see a few of the ladies that's up there that's much better. But she's had the title for a while, and she retained it again with some assistance from Ric Flair, a little assistance from her dad, which not surprising. But the one woman in particular, there's actually two women I thought really should be in this match. Becky Lynch, I think she's really good. I think Sasha Banks and Paige. I think those are three women that you put them in a ring, it's going to be a really good match. But afterwards, Sasha come out. I was so happy, so excited because I know how good Sasha is. You've seen her in NXT, you know how good she is. And she come out, and I thought they were getting the old BFFs back together, and nope, Sasha turned on her, and it was glorious. And I can see those two having some really good matches coming up. I was so excited about that and so happy. Sasha back in the title mix where she belongs. Good stuff. And now, the Royal Rumble match itself. And for the first time, the winner will also be the world champion. So the world heavyweight champion. Let me get the actual title right. So first off, I'll just run through all the entries. And there was I said there was really no surprise. There was actually a couple. We started with Roman Reigns. We all knew he was going to be that number one. And then you had Rusev come in. And then the one surprise, AJ Styles. Great to see him. I hope it's not just going to be a one-shot deal. I hope he's in for a while. This guy can go. Really, really good. He's been around for a long time. I remember seeing him a lot in what was it called? TNA Wrestling, Impact Wrestling. I think they actually changed to Impact Wrestling at some time. I don't pay any attention to that one. That I can't even watch it. Only one I really liked anymore in there, and I don't even know if he's still there, was what's his name? Crap, I can't even think of the man's name. But anyway, fourth was Tyler Breeze. Fifth, Curtis Axel. Sixth, Y2J, Chris Jericho. 7, we had Kane. 8, Goldust. 9, Ryback. 10, Kofi Kingston. And Kofi, he's going to do something strange, a little crazy in every match. Titus O'Neil. 12, we had R-Truth. Truth is a guy I love watching just because he makes a total fool of himself every match. And this one, he come running in, and he started going under the ring, and he pulls out a ladder, puts it in the ring, climbs up the ladder, and looks up to like he's looking for a Money in the Bank or a belt up there, and he don't see it anywhere, and he's all confused by it, and immediately gets comes down and gets thrown right out by Kane. It was hilarious. It was absolutely hilarious. Number 13, we had Luke Harper. 14, Stardust. 15, Big Show. 16, Neville. 17, Braun Strowman. That's a big dude, by the way. 18, Kevin Owens. Again, Owens after that big match. 19, Dean Ambrose. Owens and Ambrose back to back coming in, and as soon as they got in there, they went right at it. I tell you what, they're gonna be sore tomorrow. Those two guys took a pounding in that first match, and then coming back in, a few big bumps in this one as well. But number 20, Sami Zayn. It was good to see him back up there in a pay-per-view on the main roster. So after he hurt his shoulder, first time he goes into the WWE ring, he raises his arms and he pops his shoulder out. had to get it operated. And he was out for a long time. Good to see him back in the WWE. Yeah, he had a few matches in NXT, and I hope he's staying up with the main roster. 21, Eric Rowan. 22, Mark Henry. 23, Brock Lesnar. 24, Jack Swagger. 25, The Miz. Miz, yeah, I know most people don't like Miz. I've said before and I'll say again, I'm a huge fan of Miz. He come out, he spent the first 15 minutes, probably. He just walked right around the ring, put on a headset, was doing commentary. And I thought it was hilarious. And one of the guys asked, like, Miz, why aren't you in the ring? You don't want to go to Suplex City? Miz looks at him and goes, Suplex City? He doesn't want to go to Misney World. I was like, really, dude? Misney World. That was funny to me. I know a lot of people just think he's just stupid, but it was funny. Number 26, we had Alberto Del Rio. 27, Bray Wyatt. 28, Dolph Ziggler. 29, Sheamus. And the other surprise, number 30, Triple H. Did not expect that. Because I was trying to figure out who else could they bring in. Usually they have like an old timer come in. Somebody you haven't seen in a few years. And when I saw him, I was like, really? Because I know one year they had The Godfather. JBL, he was on commentary one year, took his tie and jacket off and his hat, went in the ring, got taken out quick, and went right back to commentary, which I thought was great. But the longest one I think was in there was Chris Jericho. He was in there for at least, I would say, 45 minutes or more. He was in there for a long, long time. AJ Styles in his first, I believe it might have been his first WWE event. He was in there for about close to 30 minutes. Roman Reigns, this annoyed me a little bit, I'm not going to lie. He got taken out he wasn't eliminated. He went out through the middle rope, so he was not eliminated. And the international team, they attacked him, hurt him, and he got taken to the back on a stretcher. So he was gone for like a half an hour. And so that bothered me a little bit. He was gone, I mean literally gone for like a half an hour. And so, most of these guys, most of them didn't have real big eventful stuff. I was trying to keep track of the order that they got eliminated, but a couple of times they kind of cut away and someone was gone. But the final four, we had Triple H. Brock did not make the final four, by the way. Let's see, where's Brock? Brock got taken out like about 10th from the end. So, which really surprised me that he got eliminated. But what actually happened is he eliminated 3 of the Wyatt family before Bray come in. And then Bray come in, and then the other 3 that was eliminated come in and took Brock out, which I don't like the fact that it's no disqualification. So if you're eliminated, you can, in theory, just go back in and take somebody else. No big deal. But I didn't like that. Kofi Kingston, like we say, just about every time he does something. This time, New Day was around the ring with him, and he got taken out. He got thrown over the top rope, but Big E Langston caught him. He just kind of carried him around for a while, just had him on his shoulders. They walked around the ring and stuff. Kofi actually had a Coke with one of the fans. That was kind of amusing. He got brought back in and eliminated. Tyler Breeze, I like Tyler Breeze. I hope he does well, but he got eliminated really, really quick. Braun Strowman, he took out a bunch of guys. Lesnar took out a bunch of guys. Mark Henry got taken out by all 3 Wyatts. See, what was the final four? We had Sheamus, Triple H, Roman Reigns, and Dean Ambrose. That was the final four. And surprising for me, Triple H actually took out Reigns. That really caught me by surprise. The final 2 was Ambrose and Triple H. I was like, oh, this is kind of cool. We have Ambrose go walk around with 2 belts. Thought that was kind of cool, but Triple H got the win. I was very surprised by this. I don't know why they decided to go this direction with it, but Triple H is now your champion again. I think they said it was his, I want to say 14th championship. I think that's what they said, because I think Randy Orton, I think he's right around that number. John Cena, I want to say he's at like 15. So if he wins another, he'll be tied with Ric Flair with 16 world championships, not WWE championships, mind you, but overall championships. I think he won most of those when he was in the Mid Atlantic region of the NWA. But all in all, like I said, from top to bottom, really good. Again, I was surprised that Kalisto won. They're giving him a lot of push. I don't know why. Charlotte wins again. Again, not surprised with Rick there helping her out. But Sasha and Charlotte coming out of that with a rivalry coming. I like that. I like that a lot. Ambrose and Owens, I hope they have more matches. I really do. That's just great stuff. Sami Zayn, he's back. I hope he stays up with the main roster. I've seen him a little bit in some of the NXT. He looks like he still has a little bit of rust, so he might need a few more matches before he starts stepping up again. Triple H comes out the champion. Didn't see it coming, because I don't read the dirt sheets and all that stuff, so I never know who's gonna be in matches. I watch them as they happen. But all in all, good event, real good event. I hope they have. Let me set this over here. I hope they have. See what's coming up next. Next is Fastlane next month. I think that's toward the end of the month, and then WrestleMania. WrestleMania coming up. So it'll be interesting to see where Brock goes from here and a few of the other guys and see how it shakes out. But again, good pay-per-view. 2016 Royal Rumble. It was enjoyable. But I hope you guys enjoyed it, and you guys have an incredible night.